If you're looking for a powerful Jund commander or powerful Jund commander cards, we're here to talk to you about the first 5 cards to consider when building your deck.
And the video starts right now.
Hello and welcome to The Day.
Thank you for spending your time with us.
I'm Jake.
I'm Joel. Welcome back to another episode of Jake and Joel Are Magic. We are going to get into the world of volcanoes, dragons, devouring your enemies, and survival of the fittest. But first, if this is your first video watching Jake and Joel Are Magic, we appreciate it. If you want to stay up to the minute with the latest decks and strategy for Commander, Pioneer, Historic, Standard, Brawl, you want to talk about MTG Finance and specs, news, you want to just watch us open some booster packs, go ahead and click that subscribe button for us. It would really help us out.
Yeah, and if it's the second time you've watched a video, you have to click subscribe. It means you like the content.
Oh, they're requiring now, requiring. We're going to talk about Jund. We're getting right into it, and we're starting with Lanch. This is a world where the literal earth is trying to consume the people and the inhabitants. So Lanch, I think, is a perfect place to start. Jund plus X,
you know, we were just
deal it to everything, right?
Right, and we were just talking about in Jund, you know, based on the lore of Jund and what happened in Alara, there's no white, there's no blue, so there's no order, there's no lawfulness. Yeah. It's all chaos. It's like Rakdos in the jungle, and there's like animals, and it's awful.
That is an excellent description that we did not talk about in advance. I love that. This is Rakdos in the jungle, baby.
Yeah, it's everyone is eating somebody, and you probably don't have a lot of friends because all your friends have been eaten by something bigger than them. So it's like the dinosaurs at like some sort of mayhem party.
I love like that this is a one-sided earthquake effect, and it hits flyers, target player, and each creature he or she controls. This is just so good to absolutely target the hell out of one opponent and say, you know what? Screw you in particular.
Yeah, it's almost as bad as Identity Crisis. Target player discards all cards from their hand and exiles their graveyard or something like that. Awful spell.
No.
But anyway, yeah, this is Lanch. Let's keep it going.
Next up would be Prosh. I think this is one of the dragons of Jund that would definitely start a Lanch. Prosh is excellent. This is one of my personal favorite commanders. This is one of those that gets better every time they're recast because they have an ability that upsizes with the tax, the commander tax. Sacking a creature, just like something that Jund would want to do, makes the power on him stronger. This is a fantastic creature.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of commanders coming up, and they're all very powerful. You know, just think about it. This is a dragon where it has a bunch of kobolds that, like, I guess worship it, and it eats them and sacrifices them to gain power. It's very brutal. I imagine being a kobold that is a devout follower of Prosh is probably a tough life. I can't imagine everybody's having a great time, but you know, maybe they are.
Yeah, from a construction standpoint, I like to put cards that take advantage of the kobolds that aren't Prosh, other devour creatures in there. I love Burn at the Stake in this deck because it's going
Goblin Bombardment.
Right. Things like that, exactly. Just because you know that you're going to have a constant engine of 6 tokens, then 8 tokens, then 10 tokens, so you can build your deck to take advantage of that fact. Next up, Shadow Gang Brothers. We got an absolute Jund spell, tit for tat, sacrifice a thing, they have to sacrifice a thing. This card is so good that it's been banned in some ways to play Commander.
Yeah, this is it's super fun. I love that it's versatile. We always talk about that. Versatility, value. There's a lot that this card does, and it's important to keep that in mind. And again, yes, it showcases the black, the red, the green of Jund. This is a great card. Look at these goblins. They are just like...
They got like 2 Molotov cocktail grenades.
Yeah,
they're so dope.
They have no souls. Look at that goblin on the left. Tell me that goblin has a soul at this point. That goblin has done terrible things.
Oh my god. You're right. Look
at it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That goblin has done terrible things.
He's dead inside. The other one's the planner. That dude is the executor. That is definitely their roles as brothers. We got Lord Windgrace up next. Our legendary planeswalker. Sweet little kitty. He does a lot of Jund things. He brings lands back from the dead. He creates a wild army that goes wide and has forest walk because they can run through the jungle. He's gaining you card advantage, which, I mean, versatility and value. Those are our two V's for Commander.
Being able to pitch away lands and convert those into spells late game is really important, and I love that +2 that's going on. I think that that's my favorite thing about the card.
Oh yeah.
The -3 is excellent as well when you're, recurring something like Wasteland.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Is Wasteland and Field of Ruin.
Yeah, when you're playing against cards like, Transform Search for Azcanta or Cabal Coffers, I mean, there's tons and tons and tons of great lands in EDH, and being able to deal with those lands is important, and then getting back lands that allow you to deal with more lands, that's great.
Yeah,
Sacrifice, it's Crucible of Worlds.
Sacrifice is definitely a sub-theme in Jund. Also, hurting yourself a little bit to get some value back, and I think that's perfectly represented by our next choice of representation of Jund, Korvold. Whenever he enters the battlefield, you have to sack something, but you get a +1/+1 counter on Korvold, and you get to draw a card.
Yeah, very good card. Anything that is velocity, that's another V. We talk about it.
Oh man, velocity, value, and versatility.
It's like all the V's, man. Velocity, being able to dig through your deck, being able to find those certain spells that are the reason that you built your EDH deck. That's like the whole point of EDH. I mean, you have singleton cards, so being able to dig through those cards that you picked in your deck are there for a purpose. Being able to get to them is a really important thing, and I think that's why Korvold right now is such a popular commander and such a powerful commander.
Yeah, absolutely, you're right. I particularly love the utility and the flavor interaction with treasure tokens with Korvold, because if you can get a lot of what Korvold would sit atop his pile of treasure, and every time you're sacking one of those treasures, you get to add a mana, put a counter on Korvold, and draw a card, it just gets nutty real fast.
Yeah, I think that this is... I wonder sometimes if Jund is the antithesis of Bant or if Grixis is, but I think that Jund is a pretty good representation. If
Law and Order versus a complete lack of Law and Order.
Yeah. Whereas Grixis is more of like a... Anyway, we don't need to talk about it, but yeah,
we'll get into color theory in a future video.
Yeah,
I know that is 5 picks, but we always like to include an honorary mention, and that's
an overpriced honorary mention.
That's our sub theme in these top 5 videos. Our pick this time is Aiden Oakenshield. Costs Jund, pay Jund, tap him, select a creature, and put it from your graveyard and put it back into your hand.
It's pretty modest when you think about the, where Commander has gone in the beginning.
The amount of Reanimator effects,
really good.
They return them straight from the graveyard to the battlefield. There's definitely better choices, but this is just like a great old representation of Jund.
For sure, this is an old, fun, reserve list card, and it's cheap, so you get to play it a lot, depending on how much it gets removed.
Right.
But it's a dude on a horse.
Yeah.
It's literally a dude on a horse.
Just going through the mountains, braving the wilderness, fighting dragons, and bringing his men back from the dead into his army. I'm not sure exactly how that works.
No, I think it's really good, though. Again, it's a humble general at this point in time, but it is still very expensive because it's a reserve list. A 1/2 for 3. You're going to get to cast it a lot during the game. So if you're looking for a commander that you can cast over and over and over again, I would check out Aiden. And I imagine, like Angus McKenzie, that this card is very cheap on MTGO if you ever want to build it there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That takes us back around to the end of our Jund list and to the end of the video. We have one of these videos for each shard. Go and check out all of the different shard videos that we've got to see what we think are our 5 best representations of cards that represent all those colors in the card itself. We're also eventually going to have one for each guild, monocolors, artifacts, things like this. Go check out the playlist for Commander First 5 and you'll get to see all of the videos that we've got. We really appreciate you watching. Like we said, if you wouldn't mind, Jake gets really sad if you don't go down there and hit that subscribe button. You've got to go down there and do it for his mental sanity and health. Please.
I'm not sad.
Please,
I'm practicing the muscles in my face.
5 cents a day, you can help this young man be happy that a subscriber was gained. We really appreciate it. If you want to support us further,
Get out of here.
We've got a Patreon. The link's down in the description below. If you want to hang out with us, we're streaming most Tuesday and Thursday evenings over on Twitch. Come hang out. Jake, I've said the spiel. I'm out.
I'm just practicing using the muscles in my face.
Oh, nice. Enjoy the muscles in your face. We'll catch you later.